Hello everyone, welcome you all in my YouTube channel. In this video series, we will talk about AZ-900 exam. In the upcoming videos, we will talk about the real-time questions of AZ-900. This is a Microsoft Certified Azure Fundamental exam. After completing this exam, we will get a badge from Azure. This exam has a total timing of 65 minutes and the total number of questions in this exam will be 44. The passing marks will be 700 and the total marks are 1000. So now we will talk about some of the real-time questions of AZ-900 exam. Now we will talk about the first question. As we can see that this is the general statement from note to the requirement. The question is, you are tasked with deploying Azure virtual machines for your company. You need to make use of appropriate cloud deployment solution. And the solution provided is, you should make use of software as a service. Does the solution meet the goal? Option A, yes, or option B, no. As we all know that in order to deploy Azure virtual machines, this should come under infrastructure as a service, not software as a service. So the right option is B, no. Now we will talk about the second question. Solution is different, platform as a service. As we discussed in the previous question, in order to deploy Azure virtual machines, infrastructure as a service is used, not platform as a service or software as a service. So the answer of this question will also be no. Now we will talk about the third. Now the solution is infrastructure as a service. Since it is correct, in order to deploy Azure virtual machines, we will use infrastructure as a service. So it should be yes. Number 4. This is the general statement from no to appear in the review screen. The question is starts from here. Your company plans to migrate all its data and resources to Azure. The company's migration plan states that only platform as a service solution must be used in Azure. You need to deploy in Azure environment that meets the company migration plan. And the solution provided is you create an Azure app service and Azure storage account. Does the solution meet the goal? Since we all know that Azure app service comes under platform as a service, but Azure storage accounts comes under infrastructure as a service. So the right option is B, no. Again, question number 5. The solution is different. You create Azure App Service and Azure virtual machines that have Microsoft SQL Server installed. Does this solution meet the goal? Again, Azure App Service comes under platform as a service, but Azure virtual machines and comes under infrastructure as a service. So that will also be not the part of platform as a service completely. So its answer also be no. Coming to question number 6, the solution is you create Azure virtual machines, Azure SQL databases, Azure storage account. Does the solution meet the goal? Since Azure virtual machines and Azure storage account comes under infrastructure as a service and Azure SQL database comes under platform as a service. So it is not a complete platform as a service solution. So its answer will also be B, no. Coming to question number 7. Now the solution provided is Azure App Service and Azure SQL Database. Since Azure App Service and Azure SQL Database both comes under platform as a service category, so this solution will be yes. Option is correct. Question number 8. This is the general statement. The question starts from here. Your company's Azure subscription includes a basic support plan. They would like to request an assessment of Azure requirement design from Microsoft. This is, however, not supported by the existing plan. You want to make sure that companies subscribe to a support plan that allows this functionality while keeping the expenses to the minimum. The solution provided is you recommend that the company subscribes to the professional direct support plan. Does the solution meet the goal? As we have discussed that in our company we have basic support plan and the solution is provided that we have to subscribe the professional direct support plan in order to create an Azure environment designed from Microsoft? So the correct option is B, no. Coming to the next question, the solution is you recommend that company subscribes to the developer support plan. Since we are talking about we have to keep the expenses to the minimum. So the developer support plan will be the correct answer. So it should be A, yes. Coming to the 10th question, your company is planning to migrate all their virtual machines to an Azure pay-as-you-go subscription. The virtual machines are currently hosted on Hyper-V host in a data center. You are required to make sure that intended Azure solution uses the correct expenditure model. Solution provided is you should recommend the use of elastic expenditure model. Does the solution meet the goal? Since we are talking about Azure pay-as-you-go subscription, and that comes under operational expenditure model, not elastic expenditure model. So it should be B, no. Coming to the 11th question, the same question, but the solution is different. In this, we have provided with scalable expenditure model. As we discussed earlier, in order to achieve Azure pay-as-you-go subscription, the correct expenditure model should be operational expenditure model, not scalable expenditure model. So it should also be no. Coming to the 12th question, now we will provide the solution of operational expenditure model with pay-as-you-go subscription. So it should be yes. Coming to the question number 13, this is the general statement and the question starts from here. Your company plans to purchase an Azure subscription. The company's support policy states that Azure environment must provide an option to access support engineer by phone or email. You need to recommend which support plan meets the support policy requirement. And the solution provided is recommended a basic support plan. Does this meet the code? So the answer should be B, no, as basic support plan will not provide an option to access support engineer by phone or email. Coming to the next question, question number 14. The solution provided will be Premier Support Plan. Now, Premier Support Plan supports an option to access support engineers by phone or email. So it should be yes. Coming to the next question, the solution provided is Professional Direct Support Plan. Since Professional Direct Support Plan also support an access to support engineer by using phone or an email, so it should also be yes.